So they're going to acknowledge, they'll turn around and acknowledge you as the fans now. If you could take your seats, please. Your support has been wonderful for everyone here so far in this World Cup. So if you could take your seats, we'll get the football back underway. Some fantastic scenes on pitch number 1. As I mentioned, straight after this game, it's Norway women versus the Welsh Warriors, the women of Wales. See, the Indonesians have got to know the coach, the Welsh coach. They're hugging each other. I love it. So before we get underway as well, I think you'd agree that the officials, the referees, the linesmen and women have been outstanding so far.
Well, welcome to pitch 1, where we're in presence of football royalty in Germany, playing against Indonesia, who are a decent side, and in fact Indonesia are the favourites. I'm also in the company of broadcasting royalty, with Jason Mohammed alongside me.
Oh, that's kind, John. That's kind.
Welcome.
Lovely to see you, John. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. And we're going to add co-commentary to your extensive CV.
Well, I've never done it before. I'm slightly nervous.
It's easy. No, it's not. Believe you me, it's easy. I've been doing it long enough. Germany in white in their traditional colours. Indonesia in the striped shirts. They had a good victory earlier in the tournament, Indonesia. And Germany, well, they're not favoured for this one. But the one thing that you can say about them is they'll certainly be robust. And if it goes to penalties, they've got a great chance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic kits, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been and the one thing, the support has been fantastic as well, to be fair. And the standard of football has been varied, but generally it's been very good.
I have to say, John, I've just come from the Bevan tent where we've done a Q&A with Mel Young, you know, whose idea this was. Amazing response, and people were brilliant, asking some fantastic questions. But I tell you, the other thing that struck me, John, was the atmosphere. You can hear it from the tent. You can hear the chanting. You can hear the people are just so proud to have it here in Cardiff too, John.
Wales v England women was special. That was on earlier on. I know that this tournament is full of good sportsmanship and goodwill, but we just suspended it for a bit for that, just for 14 minutes.
And also, you know, looking at the hashtag here, John, Moina game, more than a game as well, the hashtag as well, just so important. That fundamentally, that's what came through in that question and answer session just a short time ago. And
incidentally, if you want to hear a speech that will really inspire you, Michael Sheen's speech in the opening ceremony. It's on YouTube. You can hear it. Germany surprisingly taking the lead. The bookies didn't have that in the odds, and they got a second as well. It was a short back pass, so it can happen so quickly in this game. It's only 7 minutes, and I'm sure Jason knows the laws of this game, but one player must stay in the opponent's half all the time.
Well, they're going to go back.
Yeah, 2-1, I make that. Sure where the 3-1 came on the graphic. Yeah, and the player must stay in the opponent's half. There's a penalty if he comes back in. Keeper cannot go outside the orange area. And when you look at the facts, they are frightening. 875,000 people displaced through natural disasters in Indonesia. 860,000 people homeless in Germany, and this kind of event gives them a pride and a team ethos, and they don't feel alone anymore.
Absolutely. Lisa, one of the American coaches, John, was just talking about the love and the energy that the players get from being out here and performing, because they don't get that love every day. And she said that what we're talking about here is not just playing a game of football, playing a number of games of football and putting on the jersey, which is important, John, but it's also about giving people another opportunity, a second chance, if you like.
Well, they've achieved something that neither you or I have achieved.
Very true.
they are wearing their national shirt.
Yeah, very true.
There's also a music festival here, Eros Childs tonight, from Gorky Zygotic Monkey, as was. So there's something on and it's free. Just come down to Butte Park, and that's a good finish. I'll make that 2-all.
And great to see Michael Sheen as well, you know. I know he's an ambassador, I know he's done so much for this as well, but can't pin him down, John. He's watching every game. He's watching every game.
I know, we tried to get him up here. He said, I'm too busy watching. So, well, you can watch it, you know, behind the microphone.
We had a good chat about football as well, and I praised him for his performances, having watched him on the Soccer Aid matches, you know.
Captain won to victory.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
On the board at Port Talbot.
Yeah.
So, and he actually came up here just to thank the crowd last night. That was the last thing they heard, was a thank you from Michael Sheen.
But you've seen it, John. You know, you've been commentating for such a long time as well, and you know, you've seen from the very top professional level to all levels of football. And it's the power of our game, isn't it, John?
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
Here we go.
It can change lives. And yeah, there's always a lot of talk about, you know, millionaire footballers and what they earn and where they play and what happened. But it changes lives at a lower level as well, or at a different level, if I can put it that way.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And also Mel was talking, as we look to our right, John, as well, and look at the, you know, big screens here as well. This is a far cry from Mel's idea when he thought about it with a pal of his. They had this idea, this brainchild. Look at it now.
Germany get their goal.
You know, TV cameras, John, big screens here, tents here, kids enjoying themselves, warming up.
Well, the level of organisation, yeah, you've been to enough professional events, and it is professionally organised. And I must say a word to for Cardiff City Council events group. What a friendly bunch they are. You know, it's the first time I've gone to a car park without a pass and just got in.
And also, you know, I walked through, John, through this fabulous Butte Park as well, and I overheard a couple who were saying, oh, let's just pop in and then we'll go and get some lunch somewhere. Let's pop in and have a look and see what it's about. And I'm pretty sure if they came in here, the weather is so good, and seeing the atmosphere here, John, I probably think they'd have stayed as well. You know, there's loads of food here as well.
Yeah, and it's free. Everything's free.
Yeah.
There's a circus workshop for the children. I think I'd sent my grandchildren swinging away on one of those, but you never know.
No, please come down. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, then please come down and support us. And you know, John, I'm looking to my right there and I'm seeing the Millennium Stadium. You know, I should say this as well, you know, been a big admirer of your work for many years. We played a clip of yours on the radio the day of that famous night when Wales beat Italy.
Good grief, that goes back.
Yeah, we had to dust the tapes off, man.
Yeah. At least you didn't have to correct the commentary.
We had trouble finding them.
Well, there's the whistle at half-time.
Indonesia 4, Germany 4.
Look at what it means. Look, John, look what it means to the players there. They're lying on the floor there, you know, hugging each other. Amazing.
Well, the last one to leave there, Reksa for Indonesia, was superb in their first game, and that's the first 7 minutes gone. 4-all. Bit of a shock actually that Germany is still in this one. He must be enjoying it. Bit of a shock. Jason Mohamed's still here, but there we are. Hey,
loving every moment of it.
Did you go and watch your beloved Cardiff City?
I did,
yesterday?
yes. I went yesterday. I took my two daughters with me as well, and I'm quite impressed, really. You know, if they're going to... What impressed me most, John, about their performance yesterday was that they used it as a friendly, knowing that there's a big game coming up next week and the season starts. You know, it's very often these friendlies, John, they can be so pedestrian, can't they, you know? Players are going at half pace, but they flew into tackles because, let's face it, Wigan away next week and then Luton at home. And I tell you what, there's some... Yeah, they're looking really fit, I have to say. I know, talking to some of the players pre-season, that they've worked hard, John, but some of them are looking in fantastic shape. Mendes Lang looks absolutely lightning this season.
I should add that there are other teams in the championship.
Are there?
Yes, in other parts of the country.
Of course there are. Of course there are.
Supported by different people.
Yeah. Well said. Well balanced, John.
Yeah.
I think most people know by now, don't they?
I think so. Yeah. And
No, disappointing, you know, that we are starting in the championship. You know, so close last year, but you know, so proud of the players and the effort they put in. But you know what it's like, John. The championship's a tough league, isn't it?
Yeah, and I take it you're unavailable for work when they play Swansea twice.
I think I'm on air.
Yeah, well,
somewhere. Hopefully not football.
Well,
based program.
Who knows? Who knows?
I'll be biting my fingernails.
Yeah,
don't you worry. I think the Swansea City fans will let me know what the score is. Don't you worry.
I think so. And it's an interesting comparison between the two clubs, and let's hope that the two of them get promotion. Hey, whoever you are, wherever you're listening, I hope that your club gets success.
Exactly. Have a good season, everybody. Tell you what, Germany knocking the ball around, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Very confident, aren't they?
So what happens is that because one player isn't allowed back, there are only 2 defenders to 3 attackers. Just like the old attacker and defence used to play in the street.
Yeah.
And they just try and work it, the 3 of them. And very often, the one move they have, it'll go wide and then across the orange area where nobody can get to it, to the other wide player.
And it was very hot, wasn't it, I understand, yesterday, John?
Yes, it was. We had a shower of rain, which made the pitch a bit greasy. But it was hot for the players early on. I mean, they can't sit under a gazebo like me.
Yeah, Germany knocking the ball around, very confident, aren't they?
Hey, do you know, this is the other thing that strikes me, that okay, it's the Homeless World Cup, that things haven't gone right for some of these players, but sometimes their education has had a physical education, lots of sport in their backup, and you can see it sometimes.
Yeah. But the refereeing, John, the referees let things go, you know, bit of a tough tackle there going in on the...
We had 2 blue cards earlier on, which you haven't had before.
Yeah.
We've got blue cards and red cards. Blue card means that you're expelled from the game for 2 minutes. But you can't come back. But another player from your squad can replace you.
Right.
A red card is a red card. You can't come back. But no, generally, there have been a few tackles up against the boards, a few ice hockey tackles.
Yeah. Which you expect, don't you, in this type of football?
Hey, it's you're there to win, and I'm sure it will get even more competitive as the week goes ahead.
And you know Cardiff as well, John. You must be proud as well. Look at your park. It's a
brilliant.
beautiful park anyway, isn't it?
Proud of Cardiff, proud of Wales. It's just to put this event on, and it's a great setting. And you know as well as I do that people have come to Cardiff from around the world. I mean, your forefathers came to Cardiff from abroad, and there's something which is quite nice about welcoming the world to Cardiff in the modern day.
Yeah. And we do sport so well, don't we, John, as well? You know, you think about when we started covering. I remember, you know, when I started at the BBC, and, you know, we were reporting on, 3rd and 4th division football. Wales were struggling in terms of rugby union. Didn't have any boxing champions apart from the odd champ now and again. Olympics, Commonwealth Games, Tour de France. Look at what we got now.
Yeah.
Incredible, isn't it?
Shame about the Tour de France this year, but there we are.
Yeah, you know, Ashes Test matches. You know, when I was growing up, when I was a kid growing up here, John, never ever thought, you know, barely got a chance to watch Glamorgan down in the old Safari Gardens. Never thought I'd see an Ashes Test here. But that's why people keep coming back, isn't it?
Oh, it's a good goal. It's a good finish.
Germany take the lead.
It's an excellent finish, has been. And this is a bit of a shock, actually.
Yeah.
Germany beating Indonesia. They can hang on for the last 3 minutes. Well, you brought up, Jason. You put all
Cardiff, Cardiff,
yourself.
and Ely just on the Cairo side. Yeah, not too far away from here. And
Posh then.
I tell this story sometimes, John, to not just my kids, but also friends of mine. I say that, you know, I remember coming into Cardiff on the 17 bus on a Thursday. That was our shopping day with my family, and thinking, you know, this is like early 80s, thinking, seeing these people taking pictures of the castle. It's only the castle we've really got, but now look at it.
Yeah.
Not just the castle, stadium, bay, Wales Millennium Centre, art galleries, great restaurants, you know. It's grown rapidly, isn't it, John?
It certainly has, since the days that I went to school in 1960 in Cardiff. We used to live down Newport Road.
Yeah.
Newport Road's changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
No trolley buses.
No.
Sounds like it was before the war, doesn't it?
By the way, there's an ice cream van there. It looks like it's from the 60s over there, isn't it?
There is, actually. Plenty of support for Indonesia in the crowd, and that's the other thing. It's not only just the competitors and their families; people come to support.
Yeah.
And with 500 competitors here and 49 countries, and I think they'd only play 1 or 2 matches a day, so there are plenty to go around the 3 pitches just to have a look. Oh, almost his own goal. Now then. Yeah, there's a back pass. He's picked up a back pass. That's what it is. So I'm very sorry. But I've got a feeling this is a penalty. Yeah. He saved it going in. I wonder if he just left it and got up and kicked it. Lots of penalties been missed.
Oh, yeah.
And that's Germany missing a penalty.
Yeah.
That's a rarity.
I wonder if it's because you have to touch the ball.
I think so.
Yeah.
Then the keeper has a chance to advance.
Yeah.
But I reckon, roughly speaking, that 3/4 of the penalties have been missed so far.
Wow. Because it gives a keeper an opportunity in terms of the angle, doesn't it, John?
Yeah. You sometimes see the clever ones that they'll just make the keeper sit, you know, with a little
just
dummy.
a little shimmy. Yeah.
But you're also not allowed to drag the ball back. It's just the one touch. The goalkeeping's been good. I mean, they are fielding some fierce shots from short range. Right then, can anybody win it in the last 20 seconds? Because if that graphic is correct, in 10 seconds we're going to have a penalty shootout. Germany in a penalty shootout.
Chosen the right game to come off, haven't you?
You really have.
Completely. And
it's sudden death. It's not 5 penalties. It's just the one. They'll toss up. Referee's low to blow his whistle, but he's going to have to soon. One more chance to prevent the mix-up. Well, there we are.
There we are.
Now we'll find out if the graphic's correct. Yeah, it's a penalty shootout.
I love these scenes at the end. Look what it means to the players.
Yeah.
Terrific stuff.
And it's every game. Every game finishes like this. It's congratulations. There is some confusion about the score, I must admit. I'm going to blame Jason Mohammed.
What? I'm sitting here, having a coffee, enjoying my time with you, John. After all these years, we finally worked together, and you blame me for the score?
No. We are sure it is a penalty shootout. I can't think of any other reason why the referee be talking to the 2 keepers.
One of my philosophies, John, is always go with what it says on the graphic.
Yeah.
When you're reading that video printer on a Saturday afternoon, go with the graphic.
Yeah, trouble is the graphic boys know it. You may think it's wrong, you may know it's wrong, but you just read what's there.
Some of the funniest ones, John, on a Saturday afternoon is like, you know, when you go on the network at 4 o'clock on BBC One, and you know you've had that 3 or 4 minutes before you've gone red button or online onto BBC One, and suddenly you'll be thinking to yourself, Walsall were winning 1-0 when we last left it. We go on there and look down and go, when did Peterborough score 3? Director says, when we were just crossing over.
Well, this is the penalty shootout. Indonesia will go first. Now, if they miss, then obviously Germany have to score. There's the first touch. Oh, he has missed.
No.
Keeper got a touch, hit the post.
It's a save, isn't it?
Yeah, but Germany have to score. Germany have to score to go through. And the rules as far as the points are concerned, it's 3 points for a normal win. But if it's in a penalty shootout, it's 2 to the winner and 1 to the loser. Now then, can Germany win on penalties again?
Yes. Oh, great penalty.
Of course they can. Not a problem. Oh, it was the old Muller smile again. And good game. Good game. It's coming often.
Yeah, and look at this as well, John. This is what I mean. This is what makes me so proud to be associated with this as well this season. Just look at the hugs. Fantastic. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it certainly is. You were mentioning the American coach. And I walked out with one of their squad and she had a huge brace on her knee. And I asked what was wrong. She said, "Oh, I dislocated it 3 weeks ago, but I wasn't going to miss this."
Yeah, imagine.
I wasn't going to miss this.
It's so good, isn't it?
And they've enjoyed themselves. I know they're enjoying themselves as they've been put up in the university campus. And congratulations to Indonesia and to Germany for the game, and to Germany for the win. Many thanks.
No, thank you,
to
John.
Jason. I
Lovely to see you.
know you're a busy man. Always good to have your company.
Lovely to see you, John.
Diolch yn fawr i ti.
Diolch ti. Thank you.
Take your seats.